People often lack knowledge about what phobias are, and some people do not know that there are many organizations to help them learn about their type of phobia and help it treat it. For this reason, our group decided to research some organizations relating to some mental disorders in order to help raise awareness. There are about 75% people with anxiety disorders that do not get professionally treated, and specifically 4 million people with a specific phobia. One of the registered charities that help people cope with phobias is the No Panic organization. This charity helps people who suffer with panic attacks, phobias, OCD, as well as other disorders relating to anxiety. This charity also raises awareness for those who do not understand how to cope with anxiety disorders, and it supports those people to be able to seek careers and go on with their lives. The services this charity provides are telephone crisis number, which is available 24 hours a day, every day of the week, and it helps people to use breathing techniques. They also provide a confidential hotline in which trained volunteers assist this line from 10 a.m. to 10 p.m. every day of the week. Another service this organization provides are recovery groups that teach how to self-help for some anxiety disorders. Also, they provide with information and support for their families of those who suffer any type of phobia, OCD, or anxiety disorder. All of the services are available through the phone and also at a certain facilities so that people in rural areas also have access to the resources this organization provides. Statistically, this charity answers about 75,000 calls per year, and they function with the help of volunteers.
The American Foundation for Suicide Prevention, also known as AFSP, is an organization that looks to raising awareness and funding research on aiding those affected by suicide. AFSP's mission is to save lives and bring hope to those affected by suicide. Its core strategies are funding scientific research, educating the public about mental health and suicide prevention, advocating for public policies and mental health and suicide prevention, and supporting survivors of suicide loss and those affected by suicide. The foundation has local chapters in all 50 states, along with nationwide events and programs. It has contributed to over 30 years to the suicide prevention movement. On the AFSP website, it offers support to those who have lost someone, is worried about someone, has attempted to end their life, or has had a loved one attempt to end their life. It also offers support for those who are having thoughts of suicide. AFSP emphasizes not only helping those who are thinking about attempting and those who have attempted, but they also help the loved ones of those who have attempted or committed suicide. They offer support groups, resources for loss survivors, and self-care support. It also offers tips for those who think someone close to them may commit suicide and they're concerned. These tips include talking to them in private, listening to their story, telling them you care, asking directly if they're thinking about suicide, encouraging them to seek treatment, and avoiding debating the value of life, minimizing their problems, or giving advice. AFSP offers a kind, understanding helping hand to those affected by suicide, a topic that is incredibly hard to talk about and is stigmatized. There are forms of help all throughout the website as well. At the bottom of the American Foundation for Suicide Prevention website, it states an important message for those going through a crisis. If you are in a crisis, please call the National Suicide Prevention Lifeline at 1-800-273-8255 or contact the crisis text line by texting TALK to 741-741.
The National Alliance on Mental Illness, also known as NAME, is for family members or loved ones of someone living with a mental illness. NAME is a free 12-week course for family caregivers or individuals with severe mental illnesses. Mental illnesses they go over are schizophrenia, major depression, bipolar disorder, panic disorder, obsessive compulsive disorder, borderline personality disorder, and co-occurring brain disorders and addictive disorders. The mission of NAME is dedicated to improving the quality of life for people with mental illness and their families through support, education, and advocacy. They have 3 goals, starting with to educate the public about mental illness. 2 is to work to eliminate the stigma of mental illness. 3 is to advocate for increased funding for research into the causes and treatment of mental illnesses. They meet once a month and they try to gain empathy and understanding by learning the lived experience of a person with a certain mental illness. They do workshops that focus on problem solving, listening, and communication skills. And they focus on the caregiver and how to cope without worry, stress, or emotional overload. They also have special classes for veterans and students dealing with stress and panic attacks. Their phone number is 702-219-1675. That is not the crisis hotline. The crisis hotline is 1-800-273-8255. You can always donate online or in person, or volunteer at NAME anytime. There is a volunteer application online on their website.